Maybe it's Mr. Kirby. Oh. Now listen to Alice and be very nice to him.
Let's take a look at him.
Oh, well, you can't be him.
Excuse me, how do you do?
Excuse me? How do you do? Come right in. Would you like something to eat?
I'm afraid this isn't a social call.
How's that?
My card.
Oh, Wilma Henderson, Internal Revenue Department?
That's right.
What can we do for you?
Does Mrs. Margaret Vanderhoff live here?
Yes, that's me.
Well, Mrs. Vanderhoff, the government would like to talk to you about a little matter of income tax.
Income tax?
Do you mind if I sit down?
Oh no, go right ahead.
Thank you.
Is that Mr. Kirby, Mother?
Oh, no. No, it isn't, Alice. It's an internal something or another. Pardon me.
Jessie! Oh, excuse me.
What is it?
These things don't work. Look.
Not now, Grandma's busy.
Oh!
Pardon us.
Now, Mrs. Vanderhoff, we've written you several letters about this, but have had no reply.
Oh, that's what those letters were.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that there were some letters. Mom and I couldn't find them.
Oh, my apologies.
Well, according to our records, Mrs. Vanderhoff, you have never paid your income taxes?
That's right.
Well, why not?
I don't believe in them.
Well, you own property, don't you?
I do.
And you receive a yearly income from it
Yes.
of about $30,000 and $40,000 annually.
About that.
And you've been receiving it for years.
I have 1951 if you want the exact date.
Well, since this is 1971, it seems, Mrs. Vanderhoff, that you owe the government 20 years in back taxes.
No, wait. That's going back too far. That's not fair.
What is your name?
What's it to you?
Ever file an income tax return?
Well, no.
And what was your income last year?
$342.95, approximately.
Now, if you please. Now, Mrs. Vanderhoff, you know there's a penalty for not filing income tax.
Penalty?
Let me ask you, Mrs. Henderson. For say I do pay you this money. Mind you, I'm not going to. But for argument's sake, what's the government going to do with it?
How do you mean?
Well, what's the government going to give to me? If I walk into Kmart and buy something, there it is. I see it. What's the government giving me?
Why, the government gives you everything. They protect you.
What from?
Invasion. Foreigners that might come here and take everything you've got.
Oh, I don't think they're going to do that.
Well, if you didn't pay an income tax, they would. How do you think the government keeps up the Army, Navy, all those battleships?
The last time we used battleships was in the Korean War. And you know what we got out of it? It's still undecided. I wouldn't mind paying if it was something sensible.
Sensible? What about Congress and the Supreme Court and the President? We've got to pay them, don't we?
No way, not with my money.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not here to argue with you. All I know is you haven't paid an income tax and you've got to pay it.
They've got to show me why.
We don't have to show you. I just told you. All those buildings down in Washington, the Constitution and interstate commerce.
The Constitution was paid for long ago. And interstate commerce? What is interstate commerce?
There are 50 states, see? And if there weren't interstate commerce, we couldn't get one thing from one state to another, see?
Why not? They got fences.
No, they haven't got fences. They've got laws. My gosh, I've never come across anything like this before.
Sally, listen to this.
And let me tell you something else. You'll go to jail if you don't pay, do you hear? That's the law. And if you think you're bigger than the law, you've got another thing coming. You're no better than anybody else. And the sooner you get that through your head, the better. You'll be hearing from the United States government, that's all I can say.
I would look out for those snakes.
Oh, good gracious!
How's that?
Fine, Lily.
How'd that sound to you guys?
I liked it. sure this time.
Yes, I will.
I hope he's not looking.
Hello, how do you do?
Good evening.
Are you Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr.?
I am.
Oh, well, come on in, come on in. We have been expecting you. Come on in. Now, I'm Alice's mother, and this is Alice's grandmother, and these are her sisters, Sally and Debbie, and these are our house guests who keep safe. Let's see. Janice, Lori, Nancy, Lily, Mindy, Jen, Michelle, pardon me, Jessie, Karen, and Scott. Now that you know all of us, please make yourself at home.
Thank you.
Is that Mr. Kirby, Mother?
Oh, yes, yes it is, Alice. He's lovely.
I'll be right down.
Please have a seat.
Thank you. I hope I'm not keeping you from dinner.
Oh, no, no, have a cracker.
Oh, no thanks.
Oh, how about a piece of candy?
Oh, no thank you.
Didn't I hear something about your father dying? The board of directors asking you and your mother some questions?
Oh, hardly that. Anytime the head of a large company dies, the board of directors just wants to know how the torch will be passed.
Alice has often told us what a generous and kind man your father was.
Well, he had a lot of help from Alice. She knows more about the company than any of us.
Isn't that awfully nice? Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said about Alice?
How about a salary? You get one of those?
More than I'm worth, I'm afraid.
Sounds kind of dull to me. Baking. Do you actually like it?
Well, the hours are short, and I haven't been there very long.
You're awfully young, aren't you, Mr. Kirby, to be the head of such a large business?
Well, I am new to the job after all. I've got a lot to learn, but I've got some great help with that.
Oh, just